Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming to my channel, D versus Debt. This is D, and I'm here with my money moves for this week. So it's kind of all over the place, different kinds of money moves that I made. So for example, I got a scholarship from a local foundation because I'm on sabbatical this year and I'm taking classes for a graduate program. And so I was awarded a $500 scholarship, and they let me know they were going to split it in half. So in August, they sent me the first half, and January's been kind of, chugging along, getting close to the end of it. And so I hadn't seen the other half. And so that's $250. And I had to push myself out of my comfort zone and basically reach out to him and be like, hey, where's my money? I phrased it much nicer than that, but normally I'd be like, oh, it's okay. They'll remember when they remember, but this time I was like, man, I really need that money. So I reached out, and sure enough, they're like, oh my goodness, thanks for letting us know. We'll put it in the mail tomorrow. So I'm excited to get that money. What I'm hoping to do is put it towards my Roth IRA. Due to the fact that this pay period, I didn't have much money to go around, and so I wasn't able to contribute to my Roth IRA. So I think that's what it's gonna be used for, unless something major pops up between now and next week. So we'll see about that. So I'm excited that I got brave and reached out and asked, like, basically show me the money. So the next thing I did over the course of the week is I'm a volunteer at the local library, and so when we have downtime, I'm able to kind of poke around in the system and see what books are available, because we can request books from different libraries all over the county to send them to us. So I did just that. Last week was a kind of quiet day, and I poked around and started requesting books, and they're coming in. So these are the first two to come in. I'm very excited also because of the fact that Britt from Plan Your One Life is doing basically like a book talk in mid-February, and so I was able to find that book and request it. So I'll show it to you next week when it gets here. But definitely, if you're interested in being part of that conversation, that book chat, go check out her channel and go check out the book, or purchase it if you would like. So I started reading this very first one. It says Die with Zero, Getting All You Can with Your Money. And this is kind of like a way to balance myself. So basically I'm going hard, trying to invest as much as I can, trying to save as much as I can, and all of that. And this one kind of helped put things into check, where they're like, well, what happens when you're like 80 and you die with all this leftover money? Think of it in terms of how much time it took you to make that money, and you didn't get to enjoy it. So basically, I'm halfway through the book, and the advice is, yes, it's good to invest. It's good to put money away for retirement. It's good to be smart, this, that, and the other. But just make sure that you don't overdo it, and by doing so that you don't enjoy your money while you're alive. So I thought this was a good way to balance it out. This one I'm excited to start. So it's called Rich Woman, a book on investing for women. And it says, because I hate being told what to do. So that cracked me up right there, because that's basically me. I'm very stubborn, and so I thought this was funny because it's very relatable. The back, though, got me good and fired up. So I'm not familiar with the author. If anybody knows more, let me know what you think, what you know about them. But it says, for women who insist on being financially independent and not depending on a man, family, company, or government to take care of them. So it says, this book is for you if you never want to lose sleep over money again, want to take control of your financial future, are tired of looking for rich Prince Charming, demand true independence. But this part right here, y'all, is a part that really lights my fire. This is the whole reason why I'm so focused and so driven on making money, on saving money, on investing money, all of that stuff. So it says, statistics to know. 47% of women over the age of 50 are single. 50% of marriages end in divorce. In the first year after divorce, a woman's standard of living drops an average of 73%. Of the elderly living in poverty, 3 out of 4 are women, and 80% of them were not poor when their husbands were alive. Nearly 7 out of 10 women will at some time live in poverty. So there are some really stark statistics out there if you start searching on Google about how poverty affects women specifically. And again, this is why I'm so focused on making sure that I take care of myself, especially when I'm a little old lady, and times are tough. I want to make sure I'm going to be okay. So I'm very, very excited about reading this. So if you have any more book recommendations, please let me know. But I'm very excited, especially about Brit doing her book chat and about becoming more financially literate. All right, so this week I'm going to be investing in my savings challenge. And I was going to show you, it's really sloppy right now, and so I'm going to try for February to make it look much nicer so that I can put it on camera for everybody to see. But this is just basically how I track my expenses, my spending. And so I had stole this idea from Yurelia. She has Cash and Plans. I love the fact that she uses color-coded stickers to track her expenses. And so I tried that, and then right here I ran out of stickers. So I'm working on making some. For example, I did make my no spend, and then I remade some better looking ones because these were blurry. And I did actually like, now that I'm tracking just with the highlighter, I do like how it looks, but in order for it to look better on camera, I'm working on making little stickers to make this more visually appealing. But basically this is just to help me visually see where my money is going. If you're wondering about these little unicorns, so this was the money that I had saved up for my New Year savings challenge, the unicorn bucks, which was $120. And so anytime I spent some of that, I put where I spent it at. And let me tell you, 99% of it was spent on food. So it was nice to be able to treat myself to some nice food. And then the only physical thing that I bought happened to be with the very last of the money, because I was like, man, I ate those $120. I don't have anything to show for it except like a bigger butt. And I'm not going to show that. So what I ended up doing is at Staples, I bought some shipping labels, and that's what I'm using to make the little stickers to make the tracker more appealing. But this is just basically so I could see just at a glance, oh, these days I paid bills. These are my 2 paydays every month. These are how much I put away that week for my savings challenges, just things like that. So this might be an idea that you want to use for yourself. Again, mine's super sloppy because I tend to be just a quick, like I sit down with my planners and jot things really quick. But now that I'm realizing I can share this stuff on YouTube, then I'll try to make it more visually appealing. But it really is helpful. It is eye-opening to see where your money is going. And so, for example, as you can see, pink gets used a lot. That is for my pets. I do spend a lot of money on my pets. Red gets spent a lot. That is my grocery money. So things like that, just to give me an idea of where my money is going and how it's being used. So what I'll be doing now is the Investing Challenge by Allison at the Budget Bird. If you're interested in her printable, which is oh so cute, it's available in her Etsy shop. So this week, it's $93 that I'm investing. So what I'm going to do is, just like I did here, I'm going to split it up. So this time, I'm going to use the majority of it to buy a big chunk of Starbucks so that it pushes me up to a full share. And then what's left over, I'm going to use and put it into Coca-Cola. And so that'll help get me closer to having a full share of that. So I'm going to go ahead and color in my $93 or my 93 paw. And then you're about to see me do my investing of this in CashApp. And then I'm also going to invest in the companies that I spent my money at this week. So here we are in CashApp. I'm going to go ahead and go into Starbucks. Remember, I'm splitting up the $93 from the investing challenge into 2 different companies. So I already own $30 worth of Starbucks. And so to push me up to a full share, I need to pay enough to make the $97 price. So that means I'm going to be investing $67. So I'm going to click into buy. I'm going to push in $67 onto the little keypad, and then it's ready to help my transaction go through. Now the stock market is closed for the day, which means that tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning is when that purchase becomes official. So now with what's left over of the money, I'm going to throw it at Coca-Cola. Right now I own $11 worth of it. A full share is $59.82 at the moment. And because I have those $26 left from the investing challenge, I'm just going to throw it at that. So that's going to push me up to about half a share now that I own of Coca-Cola. So now what I'm going to be doing is investing in the companies that I spent money at over the course of this week. Remember, I only purchase from companies that pay a dividend. So the first one I'm going to be buying is Amazon. I made a total of 2 purchases in the last 7 days, which is why I'm investing $2 into Amazon. So that'll go through at 7:30 in the morning. I did go and fill up my gas tank, and so that means that I'm going to invest $1 then in Valero, because that's the company I chose to invest in each time I buy gasoline. The next company that I'm going to buy is going to be Albertsons, because I went to Safeway a total of 3 times in the course of the last 7 days, which is a lot for me, but I was doing little tiny purchases. So it's $3 for the 3 times total that I went and shopped at the store. And the last place that I went shopping at this week was Dollar General. So I only went there once in the last 7 days, which means then that I will only be buying $1 of Dollar General. Again, all of these purchases will go through at 7:30 in the morning when the stock market is open once again. So by splitting up the investments that way that I did, then that officially means I'm now a proud owner of a full share of Starbucks. So hooray for that. This was an emotional investment for me because of the fact that Starbucks is what helped me realize that I had a spending problem and that I really needed to work on budgeting my money better and managing it better. So when I realized I was spending $100 a month on Starbucks, that's when I knew, like, wait, I need to figure things out and not just blow money willy-nilly that way. So this was emotional for me because it's like, yes, I did it. I now own Starbucks. I'm now a shareholder, and now I can start making money off of a company that made a lot of money off of me. And same thing with Coca-Cola. I've purchased so many Coca-Cola products over the years. Because I've been a consumer for such a long time, I figured, you know what, it's time to start making a little bit of money back off of the company because they've made a lot of money from me. So then that puts me halfway to owning a full share. So very, very exciting stuff. So for next week then, what I'm going to focus on with my investing is, because the month of January will have been wrapped up by then, I'll be able to have a list of all the companies that paid me a dividend, and what I'm going to do is turn around and reinvest those dividends so that it grows how much I own in the company, and therefore means I get a little bit more dividends back. I'm also going to be investing in all the companies that I paid my bills at over the course of the month of January. So everything from my water bill to my light bill, cell phone, electric, all that stuff. So you'll see me do that next week. So if you're interested in this tracker, this is from Shalise at the Mommy Trader, and you can find it on her website at mt1finance.com. And she also is just starting a Patreon, so I'm super excited about that. And just something to point out, this tracker is from Jordan at Jordan Budgets from her Etsy shop. And so when I originally had listed these prices, they were higher than they are right now. So as you notice, for Starbucks, the price dropped. So for me, that means that I was able to get it on sale basically today by buying it at the lower price instead of the price it used to be, which is $105. So that's a nice thing about when things dip. You go in there and you have more buying power with your money. You're able to get a little bit more with what you have to invest. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Freebie Friday. Have a great day.